Errol Spence wants a 60-40 split to fight Terence Crawford. Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fighters Rep, where we give you free fights, interviews in the fight game, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter/attorney. So Errol Spence has gone on the record, and it's perfect timing, by the way, with all the stuff Bob Arum is saying about Terence Crawford not being able to promote himself and so on and so forth. And Errol Spence has taken advantage of this time to go on the record and say, look, I want to fight Terence Crawford, but I want 60%. He can have 40%. I think that's fair. I've got more titles than he does. I've also got a bigger name, and I'm more of a draw than he is. He went on to say, I don't want to say what Bob Arum is saying about him, which I thought was a sort of, underhanded, albeit respectful sort of dig at Terence Crawford. Errol Spence says, I don't want to say, what his promoter's saying about him, but it's obvious I'm the bigger draw. And I gotta agree. I gotta agree that Errol Spence is the bigger draw. Errol Spence, he's got that Texas fan base, man. I feel like he could, he can fill up a big arena down there in Texas. And, even though Terence Crawford's got his following in Omaha, I don't think he's as well known as Errol Spence, and for better or for worse, besides the fact that Errol Spence has fought what I believe to be more premier opponents, more popular opponents, also this whole car accident situation, it kind of brought him even more popularity in a sort of morbid way. And he even mentioned that in indicating he wanted the 60-40 split. He said that he got knocked out and doesn't remember the car accident. So, that was very interesting too. I look forward to see what he's going to be doing against Danny Garcia and how his body's going to react if he takes a hard hit. But I digress. Errol Spence wants a 60-40 split against Terence Crawford. He also indicated that they need to sit down at a table and figure things out. So for me, that indicates that while he does believe he deserves the lion's share, there may be room for negotiation in a fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. We're also going to have to see what Errol Spence looks like at this Danny Garcia fight, man. Listen, that is going to be the barometer to the negotiation, or could be a huge barometer to the negotiation between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, which, if we're being honest, guys, I think to the hardcore boxing fan, and even to an extent to the casual one, this is the biggest fight to make in boxing right now. Really, it's Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. That's the fight that everybody wants to see, outside of a Canelo fight or an Anthony Joshua fight. Also huge fights in any fights that they're involved in. I think that this is the one that we need as boxing fans to put boxing as a sport over this, seemingly consistent hump of, weird stuff happening in judging and the best not fighting the best and so on and so forth. So, Errol Spence wants 60-40. My question to you guys is, does Errol Spence deserve 60-40? Or should he be more generous to Terence Crawford to try to make the fight happen and maybe split the baby 50-50? What do you guys think? I do think that Spence deserves a little bit more. But that being said, I think it would be fair to make it 50-50. I'm sure they're going to want a rematch clause and then do it, again in the rematch 50-50. I think that's the easiest way to get to the fight, in my opinion. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation by getting your Fighters Rep shirt, tank, hoodie, or mask in the link below. You not only help continue to support this channel, but the only kickboxing promotion that matters. Fighters Rep Promotions. Knuckleheads, I look forward to hearing from you. Get you a shirt, man. Look at this thing. Get you a shirt. Oh, man, did I dirty it? Get you a shirt.